Sticky Plasters here. How are you doing? Today is Sunday the 7th of August, I think, and I'm in my bathroom at the moment. I'm looking for places to do videos in this new house where I can kind of be relatively still and the light's not too horrible and I'm not doing very well. I'm very conscious of my freckles, and here's look close up of the freckles. Wow. Yeah, I'm really freckly. Oh man. Anyway, so I guess the first thing I want to say is something that I haven't said for a long time, if ever, at the beginning of a video, is that I'm doing really well, actually. Yay! So nice to be able to say that and not be the person that comes on here bitching and moaning that I'm not doing well and I don't know how to make it work, and oh god, it's so nice to be able to make a video that starts with that. So for those of you that watched, I'm sorry it's going to be really wobbly because I'm holding this camera in my hand. I'll have to find a better place next time. So for those of you that watched my last video, had a bit of a nightmare, had a fill, got too much in the band, ended up having to go to A&E to have some removed. But at the beginning of that week, got on the scale and saw that I'd hit 140. 140. I wish 140. 240. And I've been floating around in the 230s for months, like since I had the surgery in February, and I mean we're talking it's got to be 3 months I've been floating around in the 130s. Now I was getting pissed at floating around in the 130s, but as soon as I saw for God's sake, 240, yeah, it was really quite a big wake up call. And I thought, oh, I don't think so. No. So that was a few days before my fill. I was going to have me a nice big food funeral for the few days before my fill. When I saw that 240, decided against that and to get my backside into gear straight away. So long and short of it is, last week I lost £5. £5! And for me, well, for anyone that's pretty blooming good, right? But for me, it was an absolute miracle, and I'm really pleased that it stayed off. It wasn't just because I'd been in hospital and got really dehydrated and stuff like that. I did see my weight go up in the middle of the week, and then I lost to get back down to that. So I'd lost £5 last week, and then this week I lost £1.2. Yay! So I'm really happy with that. You know, for so long I've just been stuck at the same weight and then started to just slowly creep back up again, that just to have 2 weeks loss is so good. And I'm delighted, and you know, I'm trying really hard to figure out what it is that's happened to me to make that gear shift, because I figure, you know, if I can identify it, then maybe I can hold on to it better. What I'm finding is I can't identify it as one thing. I think the 240 on the scale definitely was the first kick. Then I had the fill that went fairly wrong. Strange screeching noise out there. And ended up in hospital, you know, for like 6 hours. And that kicked something else in my head that said, you cannot be going through all this crap, Vicky, just to still eat rubbish and not to lose the weight. You cannot put yourself through this. Wake up, you had surgery, you've surgically altered your body. This was not another diet that you started at the beginning of the year and have waned on. You've paid a lot of money, you've put a lot of effort in. This was a big deal. You cannot just forget it and move on as if nothing's happened. So that was quite a big shift. And then I think that the 2.5 mils I was left with after the fill has also made a difference to my hunger levels. So, and I was quite scared after I'd been overfilled because I just, every couple of minutes was bringing up this white foam again and again and again, that I got quite scared about PBing and stuff. I haven't done it since that day because I've been so careful with what I've eaten, so careful to recognise a soft stop feeling as soon as I feel something in my esophagus, so careful to try and eat small bites and stuff, and I don't know, it's like a combination of all of this stuff has just happened. And for the last 2 weeks, it's like a switch has just flipped in my brain, and I feel like a proper Lapbander. It's so exciting. I don't think I really did. I don't think I really felt like I was a proper Lapbander or proper weight loss surgery person. I kind of, don't know, it was a bit like you were all the band and I was a roadie, you know what I mean? Or possibly just a slightly over enthusiastic groupie that hung around on the outside, on the outskirts, but wasn't quite there. And I think the last 2 weeks I became part of the band, and I'm going to do everything in my power to stay that way. You know, I was thinking the other day, it's just trying to pin this down, trying to pin it down so I can hold on to it and not let it go. I'm conscious of the fact that if I hold it too tight, it will just slip out my hands like a bar of soap, you know. I'm like a bad metaphor girl today, I'm really sorry. And we've all said it before, and you know, there's tons of videos about it, and Reinventing Ed is like the king of this as far as I'm concerned, although I'm sure he'd say he's not, but he is. And that's carbs, you know. They're bad. They're not good, guys. Processed carbs, man. You know, my biggest issue all the way through this, since like 3 days out of surgery, has been sugar. What the surgery did for me was kind of what it said it would do, which is it helped me reduce my portion sizes. I can't go out now and eat a massive burger and chips. I can't do it, or fries if you like. But I can eat chocolate, I can eat cake, I can do all of that stuff really easily. And it turns out that they are my biggest area of struggle, my biggest weakness, or my biggest challenge, or whatever you want to call it. And the Lapband does absolutely bugger all for that stuff. Oh, sorry, my arm's getting achy, hold on. Ooh. So, cracking that has been, still is, and probably always will be, the thing I have to fight the hardest against. But what I have noticed in the last 2 weeks is something that people have said before, and I've kind of noticed it for myself now, and that is that just as the lovely Exit Melanie says, carbs are bullies. You know, if you let them in, before you know it, they're like horrible teenagers at a party. You know, you open the door and before you know it, they're dragging in all their mates and their mates' mates and their mates' mates' mates, and before you know it, it's out of control. And that is what carbs do to me, unquestionably. You know, I still don't appear to be the kind of person that can have a bar of chocolate. It's just, I haven't got there yet. Maybe I never will, I don't know. But so my success in the last 2 weeks has been by completely avoiding these things, or as much as possible avoiding them. And by doing that, each day's become a little bit easier because, you know, I'm not letting the first lot in, so they're not bullying me to let the second lot in. I've been eating lots of protein, I've been eating loads of fish, loads of prawns, I've been eating eggs, salads because it's been really hot, so that's been quite easy to do, a lot of pulses, I've been drinking a lot because it's been hot, and you know, before you know it, you're kind of following the Lapband rules, aren't you? And guess what? They will work for you if you work with them. So, it's been great. You know, I feel really good to be back on programme. You know, I feel really good to be back in control of it all. I feel really good to be at work thinking, you know what, this might be a really tough day, but me eating 3 bars of chocolate isn't going to make that any less tough. You know, the budgets will still need doing, everything will still need dealing with, and then I'll feel worse and have to deal with it with a bad mood about myself too. So in actual fact it'll be worse. So been trying so hard to do sort of mental exercises during the week to keep me on track. And touch wood, so far it seems to be helping me. What I'd really like to do is be able to give you something that anyone else that's watching this that's been struggling or is struggling or will struggle, or even for me in the future, because I don't doubt that I'm still going to come a cropper. You know, it's not like, yay, I've been rubbish and guess what, I'm brilliant now. It's not like that at all. You know, I'm really doing really well this week and last week, and I have every intention of doing the same thing next week. I am prepared, planned, mealed, shoppinged, all ready to be, you know, a healthy person again next week. I'm nearly finished with my blathering now anyway. A couple of other things I wanted to say, and that's how useful I found the accountability partner that I now have, Alex. It's just been really useful, you know. Saturday morning, I woke up and thought, right, I'm going to get on the scales and I'm going to take a picture and I'm going to text it to Alex. And, oh, got itchy nose, sorry. You know, if that had been a really rubbish number, I'd have felt really rubbish. So I do find that an incentive, more so than I thought I would, I have to be honest, and I'm really pleased with that. And she did brilliantly this week as well, losing over £5, yay! So hopefully we're both finding that really useful. And I suppose the last thing really is just some of the thoughts I've been having around the last couple of weeks and why it's different and stuff. And something that Alex and I discussed when we met was that I said to her, you know how we were all told by the surgeon and by the consultant and by other Lapbanders and everything else that it's not a miracle cure, and that you still have to work and that most of it's still in your own head and all of that? Did you still a little bit think they were lying and that it was a little bit going to be a miracle cure? And she was like, yeah, totally. And I say that because I have to hold my hands up and say, I did. Yeah, I did. You know what, I watched hours and hours and dozens of hours of videos and spoke to loads of you. I even had people send me messages all about it. Are you absolutely sure? You know what, most of this is still going to be down to you. Your mental game has to be right. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I know. Yeah, I'm there. I completely get that. And I thought I did, and I thought I was, and you know, I don't think I could have been any more prepared. Maybe it's just the nature of who I am, or maybe it's just who we are as people, I don't know, but I did a little bit think it would be a magical cure, and it's not, and I was wrong, and everybody that's been there was right, and yeah, you can still be fat with a Lapband, you can still put weight on with a Lapband. This is not news to a lot of people, but for anybody that catches this as thinking about it, you won't listen to me, because I didn't listen to them, but I'm telling you it's true, just so that when you get there, you can look back and go, she was right as well. I think the thing about losing weight that always freaks my head out is that it's simple. Losing weight is really simple. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to have a degree or a doctorate or a master's. You don't have to be amazing at figures. You don't have to have a massively high-powered job. It's really simple. If you write down the fundamental rules you need to lose weight, it's so simple. But what it's not is easy. It's not easy, and they are two different things. It's really simple, but it's really hard. And I guess that's something that I've kind of been thinking about too. I don't know what that means in my head, but yeah, definitely something. There's a little tuning fork going ding in the back of my head about that. There's a bit of a revelation for me. There's no miracle cure, there's no miracle pill. It's the graft. Follow the rules and it will happen. For the majority of the time. And the reason that it isn't easy is because we're all people and we're not easy. People are complex, complicated things, with every one of us with our own particular set of issues. And I'm going to go out there on a limb and say I do not believe there is anybody that has got significantly overweight that doesn't have a whole world of their own issues. So yeah, it takes a while to crack. So fingers crossed I will be doing just as well next week, and I hope you all have a lovely week. I'm sorry if I'm not commenting on many videos, but since we've moved house we still have some technical difficulties. Really rubbish bands. It's quite difficult, broadbands, it's really difficult to watch videos. Sometimes they're just too stilted for me to watch. So but I love you all guys, and thank you so much for your support, all your comments and everything. They're massively helpful. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye.
He likes to poop-poop-be-doo, but I never cared to poop-poop-be-doo. But he likes to poop-poop-be-doo. That's my weakness now.